the last chapter of your insight book that we were learning that day, we will continue this chapter again. What's going on in the chapter? That this chapter is written in the form of travelogue, and the writer was actually describing his journey while he was going to Kailash Mount Kailash. Fine. Why he was going there? Because he used to believe in Buddhism, and he was a follower of Bodh you can say religion, and to perform Kora, that is a ritual actually. That is a ritual in related to Bodh religion. Fine. So he wanted to perform that Kora, so that he was going to Mount Kailash. And what kind of difficulties, what kind of you can say the problems they faced on the way, that he described. What kind of you can say the landscape they came across on their journey. Fine. So just a minute, where we were. We were here. By now we could see snow-capped mountains gathering on the horizon. We entered a valley where the river was wide and mostly clogged with ice, brilliant white and glinting in the sunshine. The trail hugged its bank, twisting with the meanders as we gradually gained height and the valley sides closed in. We have covered this paragraph. I am describing it, but again. By now we could see snow-capped mountains. Snow-capped means covered with snow. The mountains which were covered with snow, they came to the mountains, that kind of mountains now. As they have just crossed the garden area, the grassy area, then they came to rocky area, then they came to bushy area also, and now finally they have reached to a snow-capped area where the mountain was covered with snow gathering on the horizon, and it was looking like that. That horizon means they could see the place where it seems that the sky and land is meeting with each other. They were just imagining that, and it was looking like that. That horizon was there. We entered a valley where the river was wide and mostly clogged with ice. Then they came to a valley. They just came to a valley while going ahead. They just came across a valley that was clogged. Clogged means it was covered with ice. That valley was completely covered with ice, brilliant white. It was just white with snow and glinting. Glinting means it was shining. There was a sparkle of sunshine. If somebody of you has gone to a mountain area or in a snowy area, if you have gone any time, you may have noticed when there is snow all around, and if the sun shines at the time, the snow or that snow starts shining. That snow starts glittering. Fine. So the same thing was going on. That it was shining with the sunshine, with the sunlight. The trail hugged its bank, twisting with the meanders. The trail means the path that was going on, hugged its bank means वैली और जो माउंटेन का रास्ता है वो एक दूसरे से मिलते हुए नजर आ रहे थे. Twisting with the meanders, and there were meanders also. Meanders is called you can say the rivers that are twisting and turning. That kind of twist वाली जो नदियाँ होती है, rivers होती है, that are called meanders. As we gradually gained height, as we were gaining height, we were just going on the upside of the mountains. We came across some meanders also, and the valley sides closed in, and the valley was closed from both the sides. The turns became sharper and the ride bumpier. The turns which they were coming across when they were going upside of the mountains, the turns, If you have gone to a mountain area, अगर कभी आप गए हो हिली एरियाज में, जो रास्ते होते हैं वहां के बीच में से टन्स बहुत सारे होते हैं, बहुत सारे रास्तों में टन्स 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 होते हैं. ओके, यहाँ पर भी ये क्या कर रहे हैं, when they were going on the sharper edge, there were so many turns and the ride bumpier, their ride, because they were going on car, so the ride was bumpier also, means they were having their car was jumping a little bit there while going on that kind of roads. Satin now in third gear as we continued to climb. Now Satin put his car in third gear because that was a slopy, you can say slopy area, that's why he was moving his car at a slow speed. As we continued to climb, when they were climbing, the track moved away from the icy river, laboring through steeper slopes that spotted big rocks daubed with patches of bright orange lichen. What the writer is saying, the track moved when they were moving from the you can say turn, when it was a twisting and turning path. What kind of path, what kind of area has come now? They were away from the icy river. After crossing the icy river, that river that was covered with snow, they came to steeper slopes area. Steeper slopes means the slope that is like that, means एकदम से खड़ी हुई ढलानें जो होती हैं, that is called steep slope. Fine. When they were going on that spotted big rocks daubed is called covered, or you can say it is called, it was sticky, it was having a sticky substance. स्टिकी सब्सटेंस मतलब एक चिपचिपा सा कुछ बिखरा हुआ था वहां पर, जो रॉक्स थी वहां पर, बड़ी बड़ी रॉक्स, वहां पर कुछ स्टिकी सा चिपचिपा सा कुछ बिखरा हुआ था. क्या था ये? पैचेस ऑफ ब्राइट ऑरेंज लिचन. Lichen is a small, you can say a small plant that is grown in hilly areas. और वो lichen का plant जो था, because of the substance of that lichen plant, the rocks were daubed. means जो rocks थी वो पूरी चिपचिपी हो चुकी थी उस lichen plant की वजह से. Beneath the rocks, hunks of snow clung on in the near permanent shade. Beneath the rocks, under these rocks, hunk of snow means pieces of snow. If you have noticed, अगर आपने notice किया, देखिए when it rains, जब बारिश होती है तो कोई भी वायर, कोई चीज होती है या पत्थर जो होता है, रॉक्स जो होती है छोटी छोटी, अगर बारिश के जाने के बाद भी पानी उनमें से ऐसे लगता है जैसे कुछ अभी निकल कर गिर जाएगा, टपक जाएगा. ऐसे ही when it snows on the rocks के नीचे टपक कर वो जो है एक तरह से नीचे लटक गया था, नीचे तक आ गया था. clung is called, it was just hanging on the rocks on in the near permanent shade, and they have made a permanent you can say shape in that area. I felt the pressure building up in my ears, held my nose, snorted and cleared them. Because they were going on the height now, so whenever we go on a height, we felt some air pressure in our ear and nose. So the writer was feeling the same pressure in his ear and nose, and he snorted. Snorted is called snort. ऐसे तो खराटे मारना होता है snoring, but he is saying he just cleared his nose. We struggled round another tight bend and Satin stopped. When we were going to the sharp rounds, when they were struggling to the tight bend, because the turns were really sharp in the hilly areas, and Satin stopped. Just then Satin stopped his car. He had opened his door and jumped out of his seat before I realized what was going on. As soon as Satin stopped his car, he just jumped out of his seat. He came out of his seat before I realized. He came out of the car also. And the writer could not realize that what had happened. As soon as he realized what was going on, Snow, said Daniel as he too exited the vehicle, letting in a breath of cold air as he did so. The writer could not understand at all that what was going on. But Daniel said that, oh, snow, snow. In the out of that area, outside of their car, they just come across that it was snowing. And Daniel also exited the vehicle. Daniel also went out. Daniel also came out of the vehicle, letting in a breath of cold air as he did so. As he opened the gate, as he opened the door of the car, the cool air or cold air came inside the car. A swathe of the white stuff lay across the track in front of us, stretching for maybe 15 meters before it petered out and the dirt trail reappeared. Swathe of white stuff. Swathe is called path or rasta, you can say way. Fine. A way of white stuff. Everywhere was snow and snow only. There was a path of snow. It was just white because of the snow. And lay across the track. The white color path, white color way was in front of us. That was a track of white color snow, stretching for maybe 15 meters. And this path or the way was for approximately 15 meters before it petered out and the dirt trail reappeared. Before it petered out. Before it petered out means before it becomes weaker. Means एक तरह से खत्म हो जाना. When it is just disappearing. Means after the 15 meters, after 15 meters, the path of that snow, white color path was just removed. Or you can say it was completed after that. Means snow was not there and dirt trail reappeared. Again, what they saw? Dirt is called mud. Means muddy trail. Trail is called way or path. Means कीचड़ वाला रास्ता आ गया था उनके बाद. The snow continued on either side of us, smoothing the abrupt bank on the upslope side. The bank was too steep for our vehicle to scale, so there was no way round the snow patch. What the writer is saying, the snow continued on both sides. Means, however, the muddy trail has come, however, the dirt trail has come, but the snow was there on the both side. अभी भी snow जो है दोनों तरफ फिर भी थी. The bank was too steep. The bank, the way that they were going on the steeper edge of the hill. ऊपर की तरफ जा रहे थे और अभी तक भी जो रास्ता था that was too steep. Too steep मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा खड़ा हुआ रास्ता था. It was very hard to go upside. For our vehicle to scale. Scale means to rise, to go upside. It was really hard. It was really steep for our vehicle. उनकी कार के लिए ये चढ़ने के लिए बहुत ही टफ रास्ता था एक तरह से. So there was no way round the snow patch. And there was no way round the snow patch. Means we were to take a राउंड ऑफ दैट स्नो पैच. जो ये स्नो से ढका हुआ रास्ता था हम उसको राउंड करके मीन्स घूम कर जाना पड़ा. आई जॉइंड डेनियल एज he set in, stepped on the encrusted snow and began to slither and slide forward, stamping his foot from time to time to ascertain how sturdy it was. I looked at my wristwatch. We were at 5,210 meters above sea level. What the writer is saying again, I joined Daniel as Satin stepped on the encrusted snow. Encrusted means the snow that has become hard now. Because it was snowing and again. Snowfall was there again and again. So धीरे धीरे snowfall होकर क्या होता है, snow जो है वो hard बन जाती है धीरे धीरे. तो Daniel and Satin, writer with Daniel and Satin stepped on the encrusted snow. They came out because they could not move their car now. So they came out of the car and began to slither. Slither is called slip. Slip होना start कर दिया उन्होंने. They were sliding forward. They all were sliding forward. आगे की तरफ slide होकर जा रहे थे. Stamping his foot from time to time. And what Satin was doing? He was stamping his foot. He was just thumping his foot again and again on the snow. Why? Why he was doing? To ascertain how sturdy it was. He wanted to take an idea. He wanted to just take a guess that how sturdy, how hard it was. He wanted to get it know. वो जानना चाहता था कि ये कितनी hard है ये snow. कि इस पे move किया जा सकता है कि नहीं किया जा सकता है. I looked at my wristwatch. His wristwatch was showing the height of that mountain. We were at 5,210 meters above from the sea level. And his wristwatch was showing that how high they have come now. The snow did not look too deep to me, but the danger wasn't its depth. Daniel said so much as its icy top layer, if we slip off, the car could turn over. He suggested, as we saw Satin grab handfuls of dirt and fling them across the frozen surface. We both pitched in, and when the snow was spread with soil, Daniel and I stayed out of the vehicle to lighten Satin's load. He backed up and drove towards the dirty snow, eased the car onto its icy surface, and slowly drove its length without apparent difficulty. What is going on now? What happened next? The snow did not look too deeper. However, it was not looking like that it was deep. But its danger was not. Danger wasn't the depth. Its danger wasn't the depth actually. What was the danger? कि इसकी ज़्यादा गहरी नहीं थी, ज़्यादा डीप नहीं थी स्नो, लेकिन इसकी गहराई जो है, इसकी डीप डेप्थ जो है वो ज़्यादा हमारे लिए खतरनाक नहीं थी. खतरनाक क्या था कि ये ज़्यादा स्लिपरी थी. If we go on a car, in a car, our car can turn upside down. Means अगर हम इसी स्लिपरी स्नो के ऊपर चढ़ते तो हमारी जो कार है वो अपसाइड डाउन हो सकती थी. मीन्स इट कैन टर्न ओवर. He suggested as we saw Satin grab handful of dirt. What Satin was doing? Now see, the car could not move because the path or the snow was slippery. So what Satin was doing? He was just having dirt. Dirt means कीचड़ जो है. He was picking or holding some dirt in his hand and fling them across the frozen surface. He was just flinging. Flinging means throwing on the frozen surface, where he was just throwing that dirt on the vehicles, on the wheels of his car. क्यों? क्योंकि जिससे कि थोड़ा सा उसके जो कार के जो wheels थे वो rough हो जाए because of that dirt, and it can move on the slippery snow. We both pitched in, and when the snow was spread with soil, Daniel and I stayed out of the vehicle to lighten Satin's load. And what was done next? We both pitched in. We means Daniel and the writer, they were inside the car when the snow was spread with soil. And now, as Satin was throwing mud on the wheels of the car, so the snow, that soil also spread on the snow in that near about area. Daniel and I stayed out of the vehicle to lighten Satin's load. Now because we were sitting inside the car, and because we were sitting inside, so the car was really heavy and it was hard for Satin to move it. So we both also came outside so that the car's weight can be less for Satin and he could move it. He backed up and drove towards the dirty snow. He took a bag from his car, and he took a dirty snow. Means he took the dirt. He took the path that was crossing from the dirt that was crossing from the mud, eased the car to its icy surface and slowly drove its length without apparent difficulty. So that while he was bringing the car back and while he was bringing it in the dirty area while going on the snow, because it was much easier to move that car in the dirty area rather than snowy area. 10 minutes later, we stopped and another blockage. Not good, sir, Satin announced as he jumped out again to survey the scene. 10 minutes later. In this way, 10 minutes have passed and we stopped in another blockage. There was another blockage has come on our way. Not good, sir. Satin again announced that it is not good for us to cross that. As he jumped out again to survey the scene, he came out of the car to survey. To survey means to look what was the danger now. We will continue the chapter tomorrow again. Right now we are leaving because that class time is over. Bye bye all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome dear. Welcome.